us deal with. The topic I want to talk about is very important to me because it's something that I've been kind of dealing with for like a while now. Like I would say, last couple of years. And I'm not saying like two, like 5, 6 years, 7, 8, 9, 10, more. I think it can go more. But anyways, today what I wanted to talk about is how it's so easy for us to talk ourselves out of attaining the thing or the situation or the person or whatever it may be. How we talk ourselves out of achieving the goal that we want to achieve. I apologize for my stomach. I've already eaten. I've tried. Anyways, the reason why I want to talk about this is because, like I said before, it's something that I've been dealing with for a very long time. And I want to help anyone that is dealing with this because this is a hard cycle to break. It's a hard cycle to get out of because there's a fear of not only hurting yourself, but hurting someone else, or causing issue or burden to someone else. Let's say there's a job you want, okay? Or use that as an example. It's something that you've always wanted to do, something that you really enjoy doing. You take pride and passion in doing. And you kind of borderline obsess over it. Like, go home, you imagine that this is the job you imagined that you would always do as a kid. Like, you'll make believe in your bedrooms you were doing this job. Let's say you want to be a news reporter. You act like a news reporter. Let's say you want to be a fireman. You imagine you're a fireman. It's that job, right? And you get a chance to get that job. But those thoughts in your head say, this job is it's a lot of work. And you have all this and that to take care of already. Plus you have school or family or someone that needs your attention. If you take this job, you'll hurt them. If you take this job, you'll hurt yourself because then you gotta do this, you have to do that, be more burden on you. See, the more you think about it, you don't really want the job, right? That's not true. You want the job. The problem is that you're scared. You're scared like me. You're scared like everybody. You're afraid. You're afraid of causing anyone pain. At the same time, you're afraid of causing yourself pain. So here's the thing we're going to work on. Here's the thing about pain. Let's say you decide to not go for the job. You're going to be filled with thoughts of, what if I went for the job? What if I did go for it? And those same thoughts that you had that were telling you not to go for the job are switch up on you and say, man, you should have went for the job because, I mean, what if this would happen? What if that would happen, right? And those same excuses that you used to talk yourself out of the thing that you were trying to achieve are going to just switch up on you anyway and tell you how dumb you were for not going after the thing that you wanted. You see how this works? Or let's say you did go after it and it works a little harder, and let's say it separates you from your family. You get a little homesick, and those thoughts are going to come back on you and be like, yeah, told you it was a big mistake. Told you it was going to be more problems than not. Told you this was going to happen. Here's the thing, and this is why I'm bringing this up. No matter what choice you make, the thoughts are going to switch up on you. The reason why is that, like I said, you're just afraid, just like me, just like everybody. And that's okay. But it's all unavoidable. The pain that you're afraid to experience, you're going to experience whether you don't want to walk into the cave and get punched in the face by Yeti, or if you do walk into the cave and get punched in the face by Yeti. Because even if you don't walk into the cave, you can turn around and the Yeti's still going to punch you in the face. And I guess the point I'm trying to make is these thoughts, they won't save you from pain. They won't stop it from happening. It's inevitable. It's a part of this whole process we call life. If you don't ask that person out, you're going to wonder why you didn't. You're going to plague yourself about not doing it. You're going to beat yourself up, and, your confidence is going to drop. So do it. If you get rejected, you're going to be upset. You're going to be, beating yourself up and everything like that. So, the only way to save yourself from these situations, to get out of that mindset, and it sucks it sucks to hear because people say it all the time, but you don't really understand it until your brain finally clicks with the light, finally. The only way to fix those thoughts is to just change your thinking. If you ask that person out and they say no, in your face, hell, at least you had the guts to do it. Hell, you may have not gotten the result you want, but you did it and you're still standing. You can do it again. And you will. Or let's say you go for the job and you don't get it. Well, at least you went for it. And it didn't go the way you planned, but you went for this one, you can go for the next one. And let's say you do get it. You're living the job you've always wanted to do. You're doing the thing you've always wanted to do, Your dream has become a reality. And even though you may have to go through a little thing and go through a few bumps and bruises in the road, you're gonna do it. You're gonna have to go through the bumps and bruises regardless, even if you didn't make the choice anyway. No matter what you choose, there will be bumps and bruises. There's no right or wrong. There is only choice. And the reason why I'm really being strong about this topic is because this is something I've been dealing with for a very long time, because I don't want, as a person, to be a burden on another person. I don't want to make mistakes that will be detriment to other people, because I don't want to be a liability. I don't want to be a problem. But I always end up finding my way becoming somewhat of a liability. And the reason why I see myself as a liability, it's because I choose to see myself as a liability. I choose to see myself as a problem. If I switch those thoughts and say, hey, these people are making a choice to help me. These people are making a choice to do the things they're doing. It's not out of... They don't view me as a liability, because if they did, they wouldn't be making the choices. If I switched those thoughts into something positive, things would get better, probably. But it's hard, you know? I know it's hard. It sounds so easy, like, it's just 2 + 2 = 4, but when you're in the moment, and I know it's supposed to be doing Reiki, but I just think this is a really important topic, because it's a big one I feel like a lot of people struggle with. When you're in the moment, and you're staring at that one thing that, you know, you don't think you can obtain, and you talk yourself out of it, stop and be like, why am I talking myself out of this? What am I afraid of? And think about, enlist it. Even say, like, I'm afraid she's going to reject me, or I'm afraid he's going to reject me. I'm afraid the job is not going to be what I thought it was going to be. I'm afraid that I'm not going to be happy with the choice I made. Okay, well, even if you don't make the choice, you're still going to go through the same thing you're going to go through if you do make the choice. Maybe different pains, but you're still going to go through something. So, pick the result that you pick. I'm trying to figure out a way to say it. Make the choice based on the idea of, what do I want to happen the most? Do I want to be with this person? Do I want to get this job? Do I want to work in this industry? Do I want to go to this restaurant? Even simple as that, actually. Do I want to do this? Do I want this? Do I want this? And if you say yes, then make the decision to go towards it. I don't know what's going on outside. Apparently someone's escaped from the local prison and they're trying to find him, and I think they found him. The sirens went off. Anyways, I don't know if that's what happened. Sorry about that. I'm getting over a cold, and, well, not a cold, a sinus infection, and, well, with these lovely weather changes here in Houston, Texas, and the switch up of the seasons, it hasn't been that easy. But yeah, when it comes to, you know, negative self-talk, you know, telling yourself that things are gonna be bad if I make this decision. Well, things are gonna be bad if you don't make the decision. If you go right, you're gonna have to deal with some obstacles. If you go left, you're gonna have to deal with some obstacles. Just which obstacles do you want to deal with? That's it. That's the choice. Like, if you choose to eat the food, you're gonna deal with something. If you choose to not eat the food, you're gonna deal with something. Maybe you might deal with an indigestion. If you don't eat the food, maybe you're gonna starve. Like, I don't know. But you're gonna deal with something. There's no way of escaping it. Just make the decision not based on fear, but make the decision based on I guess the best way to say it, just based on what you feel is right, what you feel resonates with you. So if there's a person that you want to get to know better, make the effort and do it, because you're just gonna want to do it anyway, and that's gonna hurt you. If there's a job you want, go after it, even if for some dumb reason people keep telling you you're not gonna get it, or it's impossible, or it's stupid. If you really want it, If you really, really want it, you're gonna get it. You'll find a way to get it. Even if you have to claw your way out of the hole with your bare hands and feet, you're gonna get it. You just have to make the decision to just get it. And that's all. That's all it takes. Once you make the decision that that's yours, and I'm not saying like a specific person, don't, like, that's mine. No, that's not right. But let's say you want, to find that person, then actually go find the person. Like, if you see someone you're interested in, ask them out. If they say no, well, it ain't him. You see somebody that you want to get to know better, get to know him better. If they don't want to get to know you better, it ain't him. If you see a job you want, go after it. If you don't get the job, it's not a job. It's really that simple. Because we're all terrified of just making the wrong decision. That's the phrase, making the wrong decision. Because we're so terrified of making the fucking wrong decision. That's why we get stuck. There is no wrong decision. There is no wrong decision. There has never been a wrong decision, unless it involves hurting another human being. Unless it involves harming another human being, there is no wrong decision. If you want something and it's not going to cause any harm to anyone else, and it's going to benefit you in some way, and in some ways benefit someone else, because hell, if you want to get to know a person that you really like, if you don't, speak to them, you're robbing them of having that experience of getting to know you. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like there are no wrong decisions, guys. Unless it involves harming someone. Other than that, there's no wrong decisions. Just make the decision that feels best for you. That feels best for you. Because if you don't, you're going to end up doing it anyway. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be the next day. But eventually you're just going to say, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Because that's what I want. And you're going to do it. You can talk yourself out of jumping. Jumping. That's really dark. You can talk yourself out of eating the piece of pie. Let's go there. Jumping. I was like, you can talk yourself out of, jumping towards your goal. That's where I was going, but I was just like, my brain was just like, can we not use jumping? You can talk yourself out of not eating the piece of pie, but eventually you're gonna eat the piece of pie. It's like you're gonna do it. Just eat it. There's gonna be consequences, but was it good? It was good. That's great. Did you enjoy it? That's even better. So did you really make a wrong decision there? No. Did it harm anyone? I don't think so. Now, if that pie wasn't for you, then yes, you harmed someone, because somebody could have been waiting for that pie, I don't know, all day. All day. Could have been sitting at their job just thinking about that one specific piece of pie in the fridge that they were just waiting to eat. But you took it upon yourself to go inside of that fridge and eat the last piece of pie. Anyways, don't do that. But if it is your piece of pie, why not eat it? Like, it doesn't matter. If you don't eat it, then that's okay too. But just, if you must be willing to take on the responsibilities of the decision, that's why you don't make decisions out of fear. And that's why it sucks when you have anxiety, because you have a billion thoughts in your head. You have a billion things going on. You have a billion things happening all at once. And it's hard for you to process what's actual fact and what's just in your head. So, I know I was supposed to do a session, but I don't know, I really just wanted to talk about that specifically, because I feel like it's something that a lot of us are dealing with, especially, with that's going on right now. You know, we're all trying to make decisions to like survive and take care of ourselves as well as our, you know, our loved ones. We're so afraid to make the wrong decision that we, you know, talk ourselves out of, you know, taking very valuable opportunities. And being an advocate for that, so, you know, being a part of that, you know, whole club. Don't talk yourself out of doing something. Don't allow fear to make your decisions. Don't think you're a burden or think the situation will be more trouble than what it's worth, because you don't know that. Your thoughts are thoughts. That's it. They're not what is. They're not what's reality. They're just thoughts. And if you want to make those thoughts a reality, then that will be your decision. But if you switch them up into something more positive, and it's hard because it's kind of hard to see, you know, a cozy, warm home if you lived in, you know, boxes all your life. It's one of those hard things, but you kind of have to trick yourself into it, you know, and be like, hey, this can happen though if I did this, or, you know, if I went after the job, you know, you never know. So, anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go to sleep. I know these are one of these videos where you're just kind of like, but it's just something I really wanted to do for a while, and I hope